All right, let's see what's on the internet today.
If you're a man and you go watch the movie Barbie, you're 100% a beta.
It's all about how women are better than men.
This is an assault on not just Ken, but all men.
Yeah, as expected. The first live-action Barbie movie has been released and it was an absolute hit. Records high, seeing all types of success, and men are pissed. Hi.
I'm a woman.
Okay, I can see that.
And I stand with the men who say they hated the Barbie movie to say I too, a woman, hated the Barbie movie, like you, men.
Okay. I mean, I never said every woman liked the Barbie movie, and to be fair, I wasn't the biggest fan of it either.
Oh. Well, that's fine.
Anything else you wanted to say?
No, I just wanted to make sure you knew that.
Okay. Anyway, many people are heavily critiquing the Barbie movie. Some say it's not feminist enough. Some say it's too feminist. But some of my favorites are like the muscle mommies, the me's, who absolutely hate the movie because Barbie's too skinny and they can't relate to her. I see that a lot in my own fitness community. There's people upset that there was one fat Barbie in the sea of skinny Barbies. Oh, and we cannot forget the many women who are absolutely very emotional, crying throughout the whole movie.
Hi, I'm Barbie, and this is Oppenheimer. And this is me before seeing the Barbie movie. I'm Ash in the real world. This is Oppenheimer. And we just saw Barbie. My name is Anna. This is me after Barbie movie. Hi, I'm Amelia. This is after the Barbie movie. I didn't know my fault.
Apparently, women all over the world are leaving their boyfriend because of this Barbie movie. But my absolute favorite reactions are the grown men who never even played with a Barbie in their life are now upset, angry that there's a Barbie movie that was made for the females, to the point that a man had to go watch it, dress up like a Ken doll, and then purchase Barbies and burn them. So it got me thinking, why are so many men, not all, but many, who had nothing to do with Barbies growing up, never played with one, now have this very intense opinion about a movie about them? So I decided to watch it. Garrett bought the tickets. I brought my favorite Barbie because I saw girls on TikTok doing it and I wanted to feel part of the crowd. And me, Garrett, and my Barbie watched the whole thing. I didn't fall asleep. And when I got to the end credits, I had already cracked the code as to why so many men are pissed off over this movie. So let's break it down. Now, before I start, some of you guys might be new. This might be the first video that you're seeing of me. These are all just my opinions, which means they are indeed a fact because this is my channel and everything I say is correct, completely true, and factual. So if you find yourself getting emotional through this,
God, son of a bitch!
and if the shoe fits, I am not wearing shoes, but here, Sloppy, take it. I'll pick that up later. Also, this video is obviously just full of spoilers, but I just wanted to warn you just in case.
Oh my God. I'm the cool kid from the block. I'm the one calling all the shots.
So when the Barbie movie opened up, I already understood why certain type of men and even women would not like this movie, or just the opening scene would just rub them the wrong way. Straight off the bat, right when it began, I knew what type of people would be rolling their eyes. And one of those people would have been me, like in my early 20s, teenagers, even my adolescent. And what were the type of people? The people who hate confident women. One of the first interactions that happened is one of the Barbies calling the main Barbie pretty. Gosh, you're pretty. And then the other Barbie says, I know. How conceited. But all the Barbies are just pretty much complimenting each other, calling them smart, intelligent, well-spoken, whatever. And all the Barbies will respond with, I know. Conceited, right? Take the compliment and say thank you. So something that I learned from a very, very, very young age is that confident women or confident girls are total bitches. We don't like them, right? Get out of here. Men and women hate it. When I was extremely young, I knew that I could not be too confident because it always made like boys, girls, even grown people would try to break me down. So I just kind of learned just to not be confident and be kind of like, and then people will give you compliments and then you can just shyly take it and be like, really? We've all been there, right? It's kind of cringe, to be completely honest. Confident men or confident boys are looked at as likable. If you have traveled into the manosphere, what do they say? Work on your confidence. Confident men give the sense or the aroma, you know, we can smell it on them, that they can provide.
Women are attracted to alpha males, period. Women want a confidence is very seductive. And if you are confident and you can exude those things, women will find you attractive.
But at the same time, these same men will play the what do you rate yourself game with women that they invite on the show.
Ask the ladies to rate their looks on a scale of 1 to 10. Nicolette, we're gonna start with you. Go ahead.
10.
I'm gonna be honest with you. You're not a 10.
All right.
I'm not saying that to be mean, but you're not a 10.
And something I picked up very quickly is if the woman rates herself super low, they love it. They love a woman with low self-confidence.
I'd say like a 6.
Okay, I'm gonna go with a safe 7.
1.
These women do not think that they are 2s or 3s, but they'll give themselves 2, 3, 4s, or 5s. Okay? Stop. No, I personally don't like the game. Weird, odd game to play, but if you play that game, don't even answer. But I know what they're doing because they know that the men will get their feelings hurt somehow if the woman thinks that they are attractive. These type of men who have to rate women need to feel a sense of power and they want to make her feel pretty. They don't want a woman who already knows that she's pretty. They want her to feel the validation from him. Because the moment a woman rates herself too high, all you have to do, just travel down to the comment section and you will see so many men say,
"Oh, no, she's wrong. She's a 3 at best."
Or my favorite, mid.
Is she 10 or is she mid?
Definitely mid.
Can you explain why?
The beauty standard should always go above and beyond.
If you're someone that uses the word mid for anyone's looks, I find you odd. You probably look like a hobbit. See, that's you right there. Eyes popping out, teeth looking like you ain't never stepped into a dentist talking about she's mid. But she didn't even rate herself, call herself nothing. Someone just posted a picture of her without makeup, called her pretty without makeup, and all the basement dwellers who looked like Jabba the Hutt wearing a shirt that's 2 sizes too small had to come out of their basements and say, "No, you're wrong. She's mid." Why did they have to do that? People in general get thrown off by a woman not being docile and reserved. They love when they just wait for a compliment so it can validate her. In the Barbie movie, the women did what they wanted, they wore what they wanted, they said what they wanted, and they knew that they were that girl. So in the beginning, right from the bat, it's kind of like a joke where they're not that girl who gets a compliment and they're like, "Oh, really? I'm pretty. Thank you so much. I look like shit today, really." But no, instead of that, they're just like, "I know." So is it more in your face? Yes. But Barbie girl or Barbie world, that's Barbie. Like, she knows she's that girl. So they're kind of playing with that while also kind of motivating girls to be like, you know what? You are beautiful. Like, know that you're pretty. That's what I got from it. And I think it rubbed many people the absolute wrong way. I have been that person. For an example, there's this beautiful woman at the gym. Early 20s, she was probably a little bit younger than me. I would see this woman every single day. She walked confidently, always walked with her head very held high. She seemed to know what she wanted. She said what she meant. There was just something about her that I absolutely hated, like an internal hate. And it wasn't just me. There were so many women that hated her. Men loved her, but to the women that hated her, they would talk mad shit about her. Then I had a conversation with her and she was the sweetest person and I still hated her. And I had to ask myself, why? And I came to the realization it was because she was completely confident. She knew she was pretty. She worked on her body. She had a great body. She was smart. She was very well spoken and she said exactly what she meant, but in a very nice way. And from that moment, I was like, whoa, certain men hate these type of women because they have no power over them. They can't call this woman ugly and her go into a deep spiral depression. She knows she's not ugly.
Men on the internet keep rating me out of 10 as if their rating system really means anything when I love the way that I look. Nothing you all say to me is gonna impact my self-esteem.
And women hate these type of women because it makes us feel bad. So the opening from itself just pissed people off. And I'm kind of loving it, to be completely honest.
There's no need to be shy, 'cause you're fun a rock guy. I will take you up high the whole night. Hey baby, don't be afraid, you just follow my way.
So the kids in the movie were perceived as dumb and unneeded. I saw this complaint a lot and I I did think it was very funny. I don't know how many movies I have seen where the blonde, stupid, bimbo female is a complete idiot.
That one there, that's Karen Smith. She is one of the dumbest girls you will ever meet.
And is only there for comedic effect, and I don't hear any men being upset about that. Blonde bimbo man is not the smartest, and all of a sudden it's anti-male, which we will definitely get to in a second, because I did not get anti-male from the movie. But I saw many people complaining that Barbie movie is anti-family, and the movie gave off this idea to all the young women, all the older women, that they don't need men because Barbie and Ken didn't end up together. Get your hand off of her. She doesn't like you like that. I didn't personally see it that way at all. A lot of the Barbies in the Barbie world did end up with their Ken. It's just that the main Barbie didn't end up with main Ken because it seemed they were trying to show the watchers that you don't have to walk the path that was set for you by other people. You can pick your own path. You can be whoever you want. And that's kind of the essence of Barbie. Like Barbie can do anything. Airplane pilot, astronaut, cooking Barbie. Like she does it all. She chooses. And at the end of the movie, Barbie doesn't pick Ken and she chooses to go to the real world and be real, which in my opinion, what the fuck? Why? Don't do that. No, just don't be with Ken. Stay in Barbie land. Anyway, we find out in the movie that the two didn't really love each other. Ken was forcing this thing that was written for him because he thought that's what he had to do. And Barbie just didn't feel the same way. I personally liked that they didn't end up together. To me, it was an anti-male or anti-family because she didn't choose to be with Ken. She just didn't have the same feelings. And so she chose to walk away, which that's good. At least in real world, do you want to be with someone who doesn't want to be with you and forcing themselves to be with you? That sounds a little bit like Steven Crowder.
My choice. My then wife decided that she didn't want to be married anymore. And in the state of Texas, that is completely permitted.
No one in the movie didn't even say, I don't need a man. And at the end of the movie, Barbie was very compassionate after they took back Barbie land after Ken took over the whole thing and farted on it, and even had a very nice discussion of how little she felt and unpowerful and weak when Ken was in power. And Ken says, which I loved, doesn't feel so good, does it? And she says, no, it doesn't. It didn't come off as anti-male. It came off as anti-no gender should be ruling over the other gender, or no gender is better than the other gender. Both genders kind of need like an even playing field rather than one gender up here and one gender all the way down here and kicked out the door. This was also a very funny complaint to me because I saw this comment in more alpha male type spaces and more conservative type or traditional type, you know, spaces or men and women. I saw a lot of traditional women like very upset about this.
There are a number of Barbie characters in the movie, right? One plays President Barbie, one plays Dr. Barbie, one plays a Barbie with a Nobel Prize in physics, one is a mermaid Barbie. However, all the male characters in Barbie world are simply called Ken. So it's pretty clear where this movie is going. This is an assault on not just Ken, but all men.
So of course, in a place called Barbie Land, the women were in charge of all the important decisions. And if you just dip your toes in like alpha male spaces or, you know, being raised by someone who's very traditional, AKA my father, you would know that men were born to lead. I mean, to many men in my family, it's in the Bible. And Jesus said men lead, so that's how it's supposed to be done. And this film is made by the devil or something like that. I'm not very religious or very political, so that never worked for me, but it's a big deal for many men and women that men are supposed to be the leaders. If they don't, the marriage relationship will fail. Society will crumble. It's natural to them, like God just injected it into their DNA. And women, we just follow along. Now for someone like me who that never worked for me at all, and I absolutely love when movies and things do the most, I found it all very cringy, but Barbie has always been cringy to me ever since I was a little girl. Did I play with her? Duh. But the whole essence of Barbie was kind of just different for me. It never spoke to me as a young girl. But I love that all the women were in charge and all the Kens were like little puppies, following the women around because I knew a certain type of group were gonna be very angry about it. Men like my daddy. To be fair, I don't even know if he was upset about the Barbie movie, but I know that he's someone that cannot fathom a woman telling him what to do, and he can't fathom a woman being a leader when he gets frustrated making a damn sandwich by himself or working the oven. So anyway, but I have to say, it is Barbie land. It is named after Barbie. How would it look if she was following Ken around and Ken was making all the decisions for Barbie land? Barbie was made for little girls to inspire them to be confident and once again, be who they want to be. But in reality, unfortunately, as time passed, Barbie, it just made a lot of women very angry for influencing the blonde, big boob bimbo stereotype with an unrealistic body.
Although she graced the cover of this year's Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition, Barbie isn't as popular as she used to be, and partially because of her bikini body.
Yes, you remember the days when women complained about a toy, which they talked about in the movie.
You represent everything wrong with our culture. Sexualized capitalism, unrealistic physical ideals.
No. You're describing something stereotypical. Barbie is so much more than that.
Look at yourself. You set the feminist movement back 50 years.
Now, all those women seem to love it, or at least most, and a lot of men are complaining about a movie about a toy. Boy, how times have changed. But Ken was never a leader. He was an accessory. I know you guys don't like to hear that, but that's pretty much what he was. This dates all the way back to 1959. But in the book Forever Barbie, the unauthorized biography of a real doll, the author M.G. Lord writes that Ken was a drip with seriously abridged genitalia who wasn't very important in Barbie's life. He'd have an uphill battle to prove his worth to consumers and to his toy girlfriend, which is why Ken is overly obsessed with Barbie and constantly wanting her approval. Ken was never important or the shining light to Barbie. Barbie was the star. Shoot, even the updated body positive Barbie boxes on the Ken's boxes, their names aren't even anywhere on the box. Barbie's name is.
Maybe their names would be on the back or something. There ain't nothing about these. They are literally just there to be there. Barbie is the star. Her name is literally on the box 3 times.
Actually, I have a few, even on the women's boxes. I don't know this girl's name. It just says Barbie on all sides, all throughout the package, Barbie. Ken was never the leader. He was a few steps above that fucking dog that got discontinued for the poop that the kids kept eating. And just as someone who didn't know Barbie's backstory from a little kid, you know, my Barbies never ended up with Ken. She always ended up with my brother's Ninja Turtle because Ken was always fucking weird. He was always odd and he was always kind of just there. So I thought it was really funny that they perceived him as a weirdo and just there and kind of annoying in Barbie land. The girlies get it. If you don't, it's fine because once again, the movie was made for women. This is another very interesting one when I was sitting back kind of watching everyone's reaction. I got a comment on a video where I said the Barbie movie seems like it's bringing a lot of people together, you know, especially women. The hi Barbie when I wore pink and I didn't even see the Barbie movie and some lady was like, hi Barbie, and I said hi Barbie. Then everyone else was like, hi Barbie, and then we were just having a good old female fun time. It just seems, even before the Barbie movie, but even more so now, that women are now supporting women. We are out of that mean girl era. Finally.
They should have wiped off that awful mascara.
I think she looks beautiful. She's doing the best she can, Seuss.
And I was pretty much making fun of Ben Shapiro, the man who I will always just remember, furthering the success of the Barbie movie by purchasing a ticket and then also furthering Mattel's dollar by purchasing Barbies to then burn them. But because I mentioned that, some comment that got deleted, I tried to find it. I have an app where if I just type in a few words, the comment will come up. And I remember the comment very well. But it was something along the lines that Ben's critique was completely right. The Barbie movie is pushing the transgender agenda onto children. It was throughout the whole movie, and that is what we have a problem with, Michelle.
God, son of a bitch!
So when I watched it, I searched for the transgender agenda, ready to take all the children that are in the seats of the movie theater. And to my surprise, there was not even a mention of the word trans throughout the whole movie. Never even left anyone's lips. What happened was there was a transgender actress just there.
He's just standing there, menacing.
menacingly.
They didn't say that she was transgender. I saw many people saying there was transgender Barbie. No, there wasn't. There was a transgender woman who had the name that I forgot, but she was just Dr. Barbie. That's what she was. There was lawyer Barbie, there was stereotypical Barbie, there was like gardener Barbie, pregnant Barbie, and then there was Dr. Barbie. That's it. No kid would know that she was transgender unless people like Ben Shapiro looked it up and then freaked out about it in front of the child. I mean, even this woman who doesn't want her children knowing about transgender said that it was hidden. They didn't promote, announce, or try to push the trans character on anyone.
And I found out last week, they somehow didn't let anyone know this with the marketing campaign, that one of Barbie's main 3 sidekicks is, surprise, surprise, a man. I mean, is nothing sacred?
So now I'm under the impression a trans person just existing in a movie is now pushing transgenderism onto children. You know what it's giving? It's giving the people that just slide into my inbox and send me an obese woman just doing her thing on Instagram, like doing clothing hauls, and they're like, Michelle, you gotta talk about this fat ass bitch because she's promoting obesity. And I shut that shit down really quick because someone just trying on clothes and showing the fit of the clothes for other people who are the same size is not promoting obesity. Just like Dr. Barbie just standing there acting as she was paid to do is not promoting transgenderism. Just as I personally think someone that's super religious gets a part in a movie isn't forcing me to become religious or a Christian or anything like that. They're literally just there. And from someone who's not very, political, I'm not part of this woke crowd. I'm also not part of the things were better back in the day and I'll never grow and change and learn and I'm just gonna stay the way that I am. It seems we're moving into the territory where someone just existing is now woke, which brings us to the very last topic. The Barbie movie is too woke. You hear that? You woke up and it's not good. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, let me know in the comment section, but I've noticed a growing trend that anything that conservative or traditional type people do not like, they just call it woke.
And what does it say?
It says what goes woke goes broke.
I just had to pause it here because the Barbie movie has been deemed the most woke movie ever, and it did not go broke. It's doing very well.
It says everything woke turns to shit. And what does that mean?
Well, actually, you want to read it again?
What is woke to you?
What is woke to you?
Well, I'm asking you because you're wearing the shirt.
It's anti-white, you know that.
What do you think woke means? And then, piggybacking off of her question, why do you not like it?
Woke is people that want to be against the establishment or who's ever in power.
You think so? Because it feels like under that definition, you're woke, because you're saying that the establishment screwed over Trump.
I'm not against it.
But you do think the courts and the institutions in America are screwing Trump over, right?
Yeah.
So by that definition, you're anti-establishment and you're woke.
I'm not anti-establishment at all.
Being woke means never having to say you're sorry.
Woke means never letting anyone say they're sorry.
Woke is racist.
Big woke means equity, diversification, gender, and racial disparities.
Wokeism is about murdering fun.
You know what woke means? It means you're a loser.
The more I dug into what exactly woke was, the more I found it kind of just depends on who you're talking to. It's very similar to like the fat positive people where I say obesity isn't healthy and they say you're fat phobic. If you critique a black person, they say you're racist, or if you critique a trans person, you're transphobic. Well, now the whole facts over feelings people are now getting into their feelings and screaming everything's woke over a very stupid, goofy movie because it makes them feel some type of way. And from someone on the outside looking in, it's getting kind of weird and emotional. I remember I got a comment pleading me to not go woke because I went to go see and enjoyed myself there, the live action mermaid film. Like it's just a movie. Why is that being woke? The absolute best example and most recent example I could find of all of this is a conservative commentator woman who fights against the woke mob, hated the Little Mermaid, but she enjoyed the Barbie movie. Brett Cooper. Now, I don't know much about this woman. I see her sometimes when I'm scrolling through TikTok. I know that she's a conservative and many conservative men drool over her because she's very cute, very beautiful, and like she agrees with a lot of conservative type things. But I'll see her occasionally when I scroll through TikTok and people are responding to her review of the Barbie video. And conservative men are pissed because she's gone woke. And the amount of comments from mostly angry men are quite hilarious. So this is all from her Barbie movie. I just went through the comment section. It was very easy to find. There is hundreds of these comments. Brett is too woke. Brett Cooper, more like Brett Woker. Oh no, Brett is going woke because she's woke now. This woman is trash. Okay, one more. Looks like Brett is/has always been a woke feminist. It's a Barbie movie. About a Barbie. Talk about mob mentality. Like I said, there's hundreds of comments like this. Oh, wait. Let's look at this one. The 4 females in my family went to this movie wanting to like it based on your advice. Unfortunately, it was just as bad as Ben said. Good thing he burned those Barbies to really show how horrible it is. I like you, Brett, but we'll no longer trust your movie reviews. I don't think this man would have liked it anyway. And from someone who actually didn't even love the movie, I don't understand the anger. It's a doll movie. The person that surprised me the most with his response was Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan says he's appalled at the hashtag Barbie backlash. It's a doll movie. It was a fun, silly movie. I laughed. How did people get outraged at that? I know some people personally who said it's anti-men. I'm like, no, it's making fun of dorks. I don't know much about Joe Rogan. I just think of him as like a man, America type guy. So I was pretty surprised to see this type of thing because I thought he would be one of the guys on Ben Shapiro's side, outraging and using his grill to grill up some Barbies, really showing people how much they hate it. Let's read a comment in that comment section though, because you know it's buck wild. Does he know that the Barbie story? Barbie is supposed to flip gender roles so girls don't think they need to grow up and make a family, and that's it. They can be whatever and be with whoever. God forbid a woman decides she doesn't want a family. And what did that last part say? Be whatever and be with whoever? Are you upset that a woman has a choice to be with who she wants to be with and pick the career that she wants to choose? Let's end the segment with a more level-headed dude. The real message was that it's hard being an adult, whether you are a man or a woman. Painful seeing your kids grow up, move on, not need you anymore. Painful being a woman with all their responsibilities and pressures and unrealistic beauty expectations. But it also touched on the pain of being a man, where being a leader does not come naturally, or is even wanted by a lot of men, but is expected, just the same as female expectations. But the ups and downs and struggles of humanity, the good times, bad times, beauty and ugliness of humanity is still preferable to a boring, perfect life where every day is the same. Pretty much saying that's why Barbie chose to go to the real world, because she kind of likes the flaws of the real world rather than the perfectness of Barbie land, which still, no, just stay in Barbie land, Barbie. But that's pretty much what I got from the movie. Now I know some of my fellow girlies on here are saying, why didn't you love the movie? One of us, don't you feel empowered? And honestly, the answer is no. I don't feel empowered. So let's talk about that. I always love your level-headedness, but the intro was a fail. If you haven't seen the Barbie movie, then you don't know that the hate is very justified. It's a terrible movie, not because of the supposedly feminist, but the plot is bad, the jokes are bad, the dialogue is bad, and only the most idiotic people would call it empowering to women, period. That was once again from the video where I was making fun of Ben Shapiro burning Barbies like an angry 13-year-old boy. Well, touche tower, I didn't have to see the movie to question Ben Shapiro's mental health and make fun of him. His actions were stupid. And now that I saw the movie, I think it was even more stupid of him to do that. Just like your comments. But thank you for commenting, it does help me with the algorithm. And I am level-headed, but I'm also batshit crazy. And I'm also very aware of the smug nature of your comments. The intro of my video was a fail to you because you seem emotional over a very dumb, silly movie and you want me to have the same opinion as you. It's like the comments I get saying, you're
usually on point, but not with this because I don't agree with you.
Now, I don't completely disagree with your comment. I am quite level-headed, so let me explain to you why I didn't really love the movie instead of insulting a huge group of people that did like it or did feel empowered. Liking a movie or feeling empowered by a movie does not set someone's educational levels. It doesn't make them idiotic either. That's like me saying the people who don't like it are dumb and uneducated. No, they just don't like it. It's fine. I don't personally know their educational level due to what movie they like and don't like and what spoke to them. Now, why I didn't absolutely love the movie in hopefully 2 minutes or less, because I've been talking a lot. Bottom line, I expected way too much from this movie. The intense amount of hype from the movie really buttered me up to expect a lot. I mean, men burnt Barbies, women said that they were crying throughout the whole thing. There were articles saying women were breaking up with their boyfriends. The Ken song is like the top song somewhere. So I went in thinking I was going to ugly laugh, you know the stereotype of black people. I'm gonna laugh and run around and not be able to contain myself like a funny little seal. That never happened. I think I chuckled a few times, but most of the jokes, I agree with that comment, fell very, very flat for me. I found myself saying, cute joke, I guess. The plot wasn't horrible, it just fell flat. I think they could have done a lot better with it. And I'm not a professional movie critique, okay? Like, it's very easy to please me, but for this, and I can't really explain it very well, but during the movie, when she was sprinting around the aisles, when the big boss men of Mattel were chasing her, and then she found herself in this random 80s or 70s, 60s style kitchen with the inventor of Barbie sitting there drinking coffee, and they had that good old heart-to-heart thing going on. I found myself saying, they could have written this better. It felt like it was being shoved in my face, like this heart-to-heart talk. Like, it felt like they were like, and this is the moment people are going to cry, but that wasn't the moment. At least I think, but I know the big part where people were crying was around the end of the movie. So this movie to me was very goofy, silly, it was bright, it was all pink, and it ended kind of oddly. They had Barbie in that white, like completely just white room holding the maker of Barbie's hands, and she was like, you can choose who you want to be. She's like, just choose the real world or Barbie land. And then they have that weird montage of random people being real, and that song played that all the women on TikTok are crying to. I hate that song. I cannot stand the song. And then it ended, she chose to go to the human world, and then it ends with her going to the gynecologist because she now has a vagina. And then it ends, and the credits start, and it plays that fucking song again. That I hate. I thought it was going to be like, woo, woman empowerment, goofy, fun, women stuff. No, they play that song and make it super sad. It just felt like the writers and the producers and the directors were like, and now you cry. And I was more just like, well, okay, I saw the movie. Let's go home because I'm hungry. So, Mr. Touche Tower, I saw the movie, I didn't love it, and I still have the same opinion as I said in that video before I even saw the movie. The hate's not justified. In fact, now that I saw how goofy the movie was, I think you people complaining are even more weird. It's like if I sat here and was emotional over it's a goofy movie. It's a fucking goofy movie, which was amazing. I enjoyed it more than the Barbie movie, but I still did enjoy the Barbie movie. It was just, I expected way more. I am enjoying the togetherness I'm feeling as like the womanhood or the girlhood, womanhood. I feel like we're getting even higher into that era of women really supporting women and just not being so judgy, and women being more confident, and it's okay to think that you're pretty and things like that. I'm loving all of that. Especially like it's okay to not be traditional, and if you want to be single, you can be single. You can go do your own thing. You can be in a relationship. You can choose. And I think a lot of people are having a hard time with that message, as every generation does. So the movie definitely had a message. I completely understood it. I even related to much of it, but I didn't feel empowered. I didn't feel liberated. But to be completely honest, in my circle, I do hang out with a lot of women who are very strong, opinionated women. But even my weakest friends who struggle with being more confident, they didn't feel anything either. They did not feel empowered at all. But I can see why some girlies did. But that does not translate to someone's educational level. And if a movie bothered you that much or attacked your manhood to the point that you gotta burn some damn purchase some Barbies and then burn them in the middle of a parking lot, or you're cheering that man on while he does it, you might want to unpack that, walk those little tootsies into therapy, because you got some issues.
You're 100% a beta.
Anyway, that about does it, you guys. Very long, but thank you for coming here. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you didn't, that's weird. My videos are pretty entertaining, edited well. Thank you, editor. And I put quite a bit of thought into them. Oh shit, points off for being a little too confident. Sorry, Ken. Wait, where is he? Oh yeah, he's down there. So many people are gonna be upset about this. You guys can't you just take a joke? Shout out to everyone who stuck around. Shout out to the Chihuahua who's doing his own laundry. Look at him. He's not letting a stupid movie get him down. He's just doing his chores, going about his day. And shout out to the people who hit the subscribe button. You get a kiss from Ken. A big wet one. So you guys and gals have a great day. Be good. And I will see you guys next time. Are we done filming? Perfect. Now let's get the blueprints out so we can make the whole world into Barbie land and men go straight down there.
Wake up, honey, I made you breakfast. Fresh coffee and bagels too. A new day is waiting for us. We got lots of fun stuff to do. Let's go to the zoo and feed the monkeys. I can lend them your baseball cap. Let's make the day a barrel of fun. Growing up is just a trap. Don't